Okay, I'm ready to go.
All right. Roll call, please.
No,
Here.
Mr. McCready,
Here.
Mr. Rivera,
Here.
Mr. Ruse is absent, Mr. Trainer. Here. Ms. Amara. Mr. Zazarino. Here.
Notice of this meeting was provided to the Bernardsville News and Courier News, filed with the municipal clerk, and posted on the municipal bulletin board on December 5th, 2024. Please stand for the allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
Welcome to the December 15th, 2025 meeting of the Bernardsville Borough Council. This meeting is being conducted in person in the council chambers in Borough Hall, and it is being broadcast live on YouTube and on Zoom to make it as convenient as possible for residents to attend the meeting. Members of the public who are here in person and those attending remotely on Zoom will be given the opportunity to comment at appropriate times during the meeting in accordance with the following guidelines. Members of the public would be allowed to speak during the open sessions and during formal public hearings on the agenda, including public hearings on ordinances. Comments will be limited to 3 minutes per speaker, which will be monitored and enforced by the borough clerk. Comments containing offensive, profane, or indecent language or language constituting hate speech will not be permitted. Remote participants will be muted unless they are unmuted by the clerk, and remote participants will not be able to unmute themselves. The clerk will mute remote speakers at the expiration of their 3 minutes of allotted time, or if they make any inappropriate or offensive comments. All speakers, whether in person or on Zoom, shall state their name and address before making their comments. Speakers on Zoom shall activate their cameras so that they can be seen by members of the governing body and audience. Failure of the governing body to provide a live broadcast of this meeting or technological problems encountered during the course of the meeting that affect remote viewing and or participation will not invalidate this meeting or any action taken, including but not limited to the adoption of any ordinance, resolution, or motion. We do not have any presentations. So we have minutes from November 17th and 24th. Do I have a motion? To approve.
Move to approve. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. We now have our first open session for any items that are not for the separate public hearing. So if anyone in the public wishes to speak. Anyone on Zoom that would like to make a comment? I can't type it.
Daryl put his video on, so he didn't raise his hand, I'm assuming that means I'm gonna unmute him. For that's muted.
Aaron, did you want us to make a comment?
Thanks, Scott. He muted himself back, so maybe that was just a thing, so that's fine.
Okay. Seeing none, then I will close the public hearing. We have a couple of items of business to discuss. We had the request again for the Shamrock Shuffle on March 21st. It's always a great event. Anybody have any questions or discussions about it?
Tell them to not have it on that steep hill. It's like I was recovering for like a week. Isn't it down? No, I love this entire, it's a crazy steep hill.
Yeah, we go up there, turn on post Clinton, and
Yeah.
it's a very slow,
Yes.
yeah.
Not.
But I do the walk and we.
That's okay to do.
Keep going. Yeah. But it is, they do have it sanctioned by whoever, so it can be a qualifying race or it's an official course. And it's always a fun event. So everybody's okay with that? All right, we had a question. Do I need a motion? Jack?
Yes, good, we'll get the answer to everything.
Yeah, so do I have a motion to approve?
To approve the St. Elizabeth School shuttle emergency first.
Second.
All in favor?
Right.
Okay, Main Street, Bernardsville, the street fair, I think they originally had said 11 to 5, which are the hours of the actual fair, but they wanted to close the road, the company that does this from 7 to 7 in order to set up and take down all the booths and whatever, so, I'd say just depending on if the DOT goes along with it. But they wanted to make sure that we were okay with it as well, so.
Where is it?
It's between Claremont and Mount Airy. So that's the piece they want to close, so that the detour would be Claremont around. So it's not a horrible detour, you know, it's not, there's a, you know, because the center is still open. But,
Yeah, I was gonna say, thanks for that. Well, I guess it's. We give our piece and then DOT.
Been done before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, that's, yeah, because I know we had this from several years ago. Or several years ago.
so we okay with
Okay,
that? It's along with DOT, so do I have a motion?
I'll move to extend the hours, from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. for the Main Street or Brook Street there on the 14th, 2026.
Just pending DOT approval.
Can do it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The kennel license fees, we talked about they haven't been done in like 50 years.
Yeah, our, the Department of Health requested or suggested that we increase them because it's been so long. I think they're $25. And so we're requesting they get increased. We have those numbers.
We're gonna do what, like the Long Hill, because they have a kennel there.
But, I mean, it's not in the same board of health, so they suggested we do the same.
It was like 50 years.
I think it's in the 60, but it hasn't been increased.
Yeah, no, it's never been increased.
Just checking to see if they can get priority, but I think we can be here by resolution. I'll have to check. The dog license fees, we have to be priorities. Make sure that counts to me.
So we would officially do it in January.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So,
Either by resolution or.
yeah, so are we good with increasing the fees based on the Board of Health recommendation?
I think that said there was like 250.
Yeah, remember, I didn't think.
Yeah, it's 250.
Did you say pet shops? But that's if they're selling pets, right? Or boarding or,
We don't have pet shops in.
yeah, we do,
Do we?
but not,
It's not.
they only have kittens.
Okay.
They have kittens for adoption.
I don't want.
Yeah, I was gonna just kind
Why don't increase it? Because it hasn't been increased in the 60s.
Just inflation.
Just the fact, I mean, we pay the Board of Health a flat fee. And they said that we should be able to at least, the we should be able to at least pay any debt.
Yeah, to offset their,
of, I see.
Okay.
and we only have 2 kennels?
I'm only aware of 2.
Yeah.
Okay, the exact figure.
Right.
Yeah, it's in pretty good resolution.
We can do it by resolution?
Yes.
So we can do that January, is that okay? All right, I will open the public hearing on ordinance 2025-2033, appropriating the sum of $200,000 for connection of the WWTP to the New Jersey American Water main. That's actually the wastewater treatment plant. Anybody like to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, I will close the public hearing. Start with Rick.
Sure.
I move to pass ordinance number 2025-2033 on final reading and adopt as published.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Green,
Yes.
Mr. Rivera,
Yes.
Mr. Trainer,
Yes.
Mrs. Bear,
Yeah.
Mr. Zazarino. Yes.
I will open the public hearing on ordinance 2025-2034, establishing a five-way stop intersection at Claremont Road, Mount Road, Senior Drive intersection, and supplementing and amending chapter 7 of the Borough Code entitled Traffic. Would anyone like to be heard on this ordinance?
Can we make comments?
Well, seeing none, I will close the public hearing. So we move it, and then we discuss it, so read it.
Let's see, I move to pass ordinance 2025-2023 on final reading and adopt as published.
2034.
Oh, 2034, my bad, on final reading and adopt as published.
Second.
Discussion, anybody?
I guess the only thing I wanted to bring up here was that I think maybe we just in passing discussed the idea, there's a fifth, so five-way intersection, there's four existing sidewalks. Just thinking about maybe we could explore the idea, like, is there, is a fifth crosswalk warranted when it comes to the new kind of goals and the new shape of the intersection, if you will? I think it would be my understanding that when it comes to curb cuts and that kind of thing, that, might be the borough's responsibility, but maybe it's something we should think about, discuss more at a future,
You've spoken to the county about that, right?
Yeah, so I asked them, because you had said at one of the previous meetings about putting that last crosswalk. And they said that, that would entail making, ADA compliant ramps. And so they said they'd be happy to do it the next time they came, and I believe that we're fairly recently paid. But they said it would be a while, or the borough could pay for it, so.
That's nice of them.
So those are the two,
not something that needs.
so the can't change the crosswalk.
Just
until we
fine.
have the-
With the purpose, yeah.
Sure. How often does a road like that get paved?
Well, they just said it would be a while, I don't think.
Yeah,
It would be wild too, it's not.
but they did the other part. I don't think it's recently been done on. Because they just this year did from. What is it, Menor up the top, but they didn't do the lower part.
Maybe we could get a quote for how much it would be for us to do the ramps if you want, and then.
Yeah, why don't we do that? Why don't we at least get a quote on it? Because that is, I'm just nervous about people walking, crossing there. All right, so it's been moved and seconded. Roll call.
Mr. Zazarino,
Yes.
Mrs. Bear,
Yes.
Mr. Trainer,
Yes.
Mr. Rivera,
Yes.
Mr. Green,
Yes.
We'll open the public hearing on ordinance 2025-2035, replacing the borough's special event ordinance and amending chapter 4 of the Borough Code entitled General Licensing. Anyone wish to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, I will close the public hearing. Go for it.
I move to pass ordinance 2025-2035 on final reading and adopt as published.
Second.
Any discussion on this?
Just
I think,
Nancy or Jack, just maybe a very quick summary of where we landed on some of the open items.
Yes, we landed on 100 people present at borough events,
borough property,
borough
yeah.
property. 250 on private property. Came up with an annual permit procedure for church duty schools. So they wouldn't have to come in every time they had any event with more than 250 people. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah. And we'll do some kind of, communication to the
Right.
organization, so they know that they need to do this.
Yeah.
So it doesn't come as a surprise.
But that's the, I know on borough property could be 501(c)(3) organizations that
Right.
are not us. They have to apply for permits. That would
Yes.
include the library, for example.
Yes. Now, the library, if they have annual events, they could, get the same kind of annual permit as a church or a school. But I think the main purpose was to alert the police department.
Yeah, just that they know there's a
It's not-
crowd.
Not meant to be punitive.
Yeah, but there's, I think, would be
We have
signs
the
for,
police mini golf,
The
and that's
mini
a
golf.
501(c), but we're a body corporate, so I don't, if we have to apply for it, do some reading and
should we, do you really get over
the
100
finale,
people?
we do.
Yeah,
For
Oh, that's
for the kickoff and for the finale, but it's in between. And then game shot. We didn't have that with some great finale, we had it later in October. So.
oh, that's right, yeah. So it's just the same thing, they could just fill out like one form, say, here's the things during the year.
Mhm.
That's the way we thought it would be easier for people that have regular annual events. You just do it once for the year.
Yeah, we can certainly leave the.
Oh, yeah,
But the main intent is to notify the police.
Yeah.
So they're.
And I just wanted to point out, I believe that anything regarding, First Amendment or anything like that is, not subject to. Any like being in a church, including any like protest, right, or
Yeah,
things like that.
right. In any event, the person will supersede our ordinance.
yeah.
Reasonable,
Yeah.
reasonable restrictions on it.
Yeah, of course.
All right, so we moved and seconded, roll call, please.
Mrs. Green,
Yes.
Mr. Rivera,
Yes.
Mr. Trainer,
Yes.
Mr. Mayor.
Yeah.
Mr. Zazarino.
Yes.
We can't introduce any ordinances, because this is the last meeting of the year. But we do have resolutions, 25-28 through 25-41. Gina, I'll let you do your congratulations. Or thank you. To the,
Oh, for the membership company,
Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, oh, okay, yes, I forget who it was, and I did look it up.
oh,
Maybe I, maybe check when you think, huh?
down. It was Benjamin,
We have to pull one.
Benjamin Juice.
Benjamin, oh, yeah, is that what? I think it is,
Who's eight for this place?
yeah, or he was in it maybe as the young.
Yeah.
Anyway, so thank you, Benjamin, for volunteering for the fire company.
Yeah.
We were gonna hold 234
The
January,
personnel,
but yeah, to do that. Then,
right, so we're not doing that one, a lot of them are related to the shared port. We did have to, just on the contract for the Childs Road and train station. We could not accept the bid from the lowest bidder because his bid was, how do you say
It
it?
was sufficient, didn't have a required document, and it did write to them, and tell them they could come to that, they heard it, they want to. It's a,
Okay. So we award to the next lowest bid, which was still under budget, I believe, so,
it's covered.
yeah. Anything else on there that you want to talk about? I think that's, they're all pretty standard. Oh, for Chris looking back, moving back is
Yeah.
started, I think.
yeah, it's, every year, it would be January 26th.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it would just go in effect in first, but then the actual ceremony would be the 26th.
Oh, good.
Charles Road and Frank sidewalk.
Oh, good. You want to move them?
I move that resolutions 25-228 to 25-241, with the exception of 25-234, be adopted.
Roll call, please.
Mrs. Green,
Yes.
Mr. Rivera,
Yes.
Raymond,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yeah.
Kathleen,
Yes.
Hillary, you came anyway.
What is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. We only had one request, and that you don't make them go up the steep hill.
The police office is dying this steep. But we down that stuff.
Frame this.
Same people like. Yes.
Yeah, maybe that. He's going you.
How many people did you have last year? Just curious.
Around 300.
Did you really? Wow, that's great. Excellent.
Fingers crossed for good weather.
That's always the.
Yeah, 2 years ago, it was a disaster.
Yeah.
But we changed the date and then it was beautiful.
Yeah, you actually could still get snow in March there, so, yeah.
Everyone's always shocked, but yeah, it's always shocking that it's still winter. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm shocked every year.
I think we're good, so.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, let me know. I'll work with the police and do all the regulars. You for your support.
You should have a day.
Yes. All the time.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, we are now up to mayor's update, so. Oh, November 28th, 7/20. Have another one this week, been and rush lately.
Is that the military one that you saw like a post or something? It's like somebody.
Yeah. Yes, I think another one since that.
Cool.
29th was Small Business Saturday. I had applied to American Express. It supports that. They sent us a swag kit with bags and signs and things that Christine and I and her son handed out to the businesses. I attended an open house event at a Pray, which is such a lovely store. You're gonna get in there. You been to the Pray? Absolutely.
It means after.
Yeah, the children's store. And they had received a grant, $2,000 grant from Main Street to do that lovely mural that they had. So, yeah. I attended the Conference of Mayors monthly legislative committee, and basically what we're doing is keeping an eye on the lame duck legislation that I've explained that it's keep hanging around. I think I told you about them last meeting. We had a Somerset Hill Safety Committee meeting. We had put forward a resolution to the league on hoarding, and how you can enforce or control people who hoard. And we may be expanding that group because it's Bedminster, Peacock, Gladstone, Burns Township, Bernardsville, and Bridgewater. To start working on economic development as a region. So. I did a ribbon cutting on the 6th last Saturday for Roost & Co., which is a gorgeous store also. They've been in there, they do a home decor, they have pots, you can buy this very high-end cookware and food decorating things. It's really, you would not know it's the same store. You go in there and you have to look at the ceiling, because I never noticed the ceiling before in that store. It's gorgeous. Yeah. We had the tree lighting. And then the holiday parade last Saturday, I think went really well. We had, I attended the Somerset County Business Partnership annual meeting on the 8th, where they give the 40 under 40 awards. And that's where you get this from. This is the newest issue of their business magazine. The partnership, which is actually the Somerset County Chamber. So you got preview copies, not out here. I stole them from old Tamia's.
It's the first time.
I attended the League of Municipalities Executive Board meeting, which was mainly a review of the conference. They had 19,000 people attend the conference. League, so it was a record year. They filled the entire exhibit center. sold out all the vendors. Friday morning, we had the Bernardsville Law Enforcement Foundation Annual Recognition Breakfast. It's just, I love it, and I hate that it's at 8 o'clock in the morning, but I love the event. It is just, the foundation pays for the whole thing. It was at Rock Citacus, and they invite former chiefs, they invite the neighboring chiefs, the prosecutor was there, and they give out all the awards for the officers. And to hear the stories of what our officers have done for a year is so impressive. They were disappointed that the press didn't come, though they were invited. So I said, if they would give me the list, I would write a press release and get it to the paper, because, I didn't know some of the, lives they've saved, where they show up on time, get CPR going. Save people. Accident where they get people out of the car before, something happens, or it catches on fire. Just so impressive what our police department is doing, that I think the community should know how good they are. And the foundation is just amazing. I know Burns Township tried to start one, couldn't get it going, so we're very fortunate that we have this group that is so committed to raising funds to do these extra things for officers. And what else? I actually went to the Bernardsville decorating on Quimby. They actually had their 1 year anniversary of the display room that they had. I went there last year to cut the ribbon on the display room. So they had a 1 year anniversary. We did Reese Across America this past Saturday. Gina was there, Charlie was there, Rich was there, Ross was there. So thank you all for coming and supporting it. I think we had a really good turnout. I think all the Brits were out for like a half an hour. So we're gonna put it for next year. See if we can raise next year. I just was at the normal meeting at 5:30 at the shopping center. It was very cool, but very good people. Particularly consider the climate. We did have them so there just in case, and it made everybody feel better, but we shouldn't have to do that. Here's the good news. I spoke to New Jersey Transit, Annette, our friend Annette. She said they've awarded a contract for the route replacement. You should start seeing some activity the end of this month, early January, and I'll have an engineer or whatever. Evidently, she said whenever there was a fire there many years ago, and they never went at it, because I had gotten an estimate from the guy, and they said that was not accurate because there is sub damage still under there from the fire that they did not repair. They just covered it up. So they wanted to write, the whole roof has to be redone, but at least they've actually awarded a contract. So, yeah. And finally, we have to thank Gina for her 2 terms. She didn't want to do the second term. We did. And it's been a real pleasure. You ask the tough questions, which I really make us think, make us go the extra mile. And it's been delightful. I have something for you, or we do, not me. Yeah. For you. Sounds great. So, with our deepest appreciation, we hereby honor Gina McCready, Councilwoman, Borough of Bernardsville, in recognition of your years of service, dedication to our residents, and valued participation and commitment to public service. We wish you good health and happiness in the years to come. Thank you. And it's got your terms here from 2020. So that is.
This is my daughter's birthday.
So see, that's what you get for 6 years of your life. Made a picture.
It's not worth it, for sure.
You take a picture. Yeah, I can just see. So- Do that.
Picture show.
You should.
We should get that council. I think her.
You can Photoshop me in.
I really love these new chairs. I'm glad I got to sit in them.
It's quick, but we sideways. You're good?
Yeah.
Really, I'm like these,
Very good.
I really, chairs, they're really nice. I'm not staying, but I like the chairs. Yeah, 6 years is definitely a lot. Again, I think my daughter is the one, she's probably more excited than I am to be at my final meeting. But I mean, I've really met a lot of people in the community that I never would have met ever before, like, I mean, in any circumstances probably in my life, and really proud to have served and have the opportunity to have the community support me in 2 terms. Really just, the one thing I asked the very first time, I said, why is the term 3 years? And now I know, because I've served 6 and I still don't have the things done that I necessarily wanted done back in 2020. It takes a long time. Public service is very slow. But I will stay. I want to see the pavilion done. So I will still continue to call each and every one of you until.
I think you should sit on stage.
I can do that. I do have to find out what my next volunteer job is. I think I need a couple months to figure that out, but you'll see a skills bank form come through. I have to figure out which boxes I want to check. But for sure, and I mean, just to highlight all of the things that the police do for us, but I think it reminded me that we talked about a newsletter and like a monthly newsletter. I think it would be great to have something that highlights the employees of things that are done during the different months of the year, every month, just to say, Public Works did X, police did Y. It's really nice. It was the one really great thing that we got to do as part of committees, which I'm also really happy we don't have any longer because we get time back as from our volunteer council job. But we did get to hear really great things and get to hear it firsthand and be able to thank the employees. So Nancy, please express my thanks to all the employees, including you, for the years of service that you've provided to me and helped me be up to speed on everything. And Jack, same to you, it's always there every time it's an email. If he doesn't respond in 5 minutes, you're like, what do you mean? Where's Jack? Yeah. So thank you, Mayor, as well, for all of the support. Just running together for my second term was fun. And thank you all for your support. So appreciate it. And you probably won't see me here at meetings anytime soon, but maybe I'll just venture. So, thanks out to you too.
A really quick story about Gina. And sorry, I'm not there for your last meeting, but it's better off for everyone. Just because you're joking about being my last term, I was hanging out with Gina and like a mutual friend. I think it was Brian Glenn or something. And we were talking about how busy we were between like family and council, et cetera. And Brian jokingly said, like, well, then why don't you quit? And for all the joking that Gina's doing, she turned very serious and said, because I want my kids to understand that public service is a privilege. And then when their mom commits to something, she sees it through. And so I just always really struck with me, Gina, that you said that. And, I think you've left a great legacy, and thank you for being a great leader for this community, which you'll continue to be just in other facets. So just thank you. Congratulations on a great 2 terms, and wishing you all the best.
Thanks, Al. And I'll remember that story, but.
Yeah. I know what, sometimes the community doesn't know that this is not a paying job. Some towns do pay their council people and their This town does not, so it's all free time that you give, and it really needs to be appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Okay, we have one more public hearing, if anyone would like to comment. Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, I'm thinking of it, running the fruits, other reports, I skipped over.
Because, yeah, we didn't have a.
Other breaks can get done, so we can take her out for a drink.
I just have a couple quick things. Because I got, like, I asked an employee to go, downtown. And document when the lights come on, and for the record, for the boroughs, decorative lights, not the JCP&L lights, because I did notice at the parade when I was walking, I pulled back, those lights didn't come on until after like 6:30.
Yeah.
But for our lights, last week, they all came on by 4:45. And on that day, I had a picture, and on the day, the sunset was at 4:30. So they're dusk to dawn lights and dusk to black for, and a half hour to now. That's, the
In between.
twilight time, right? So if they came on 15 minutes after official sunset, it was still dusk. And so I think it's still an acceptable time. They were very, it was very well lit and pictures. So.
Good, thank you.
Yeah, they're gonna be, we're gonna get JCP&L to change their times.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I just, at the league. Our new rep, whoever it is, that's our JCP&L person, gave me his cards and a bunch of them, so I will give you his card, but she said, please, call him. So. Yeah, it's, I think it's the guy that's been filling in, but I think now he's official. But he was very, I mean, he reached out to me, I didn't go up to him, he came, said, oh, I want to introduce myself, and here's my card. Because I was telling him, it's dark down by the crosswalk by Bistro.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, I don't know, we'll see what we can do, so, yeah. I'll make sure I get you his card.
Seems like for their lights, maybe they change with the time change.
Hmm.
So I can contact them. Second thing is you probably noticed the mailbox up front. The recreation department has been collecting letters to Santa. And by the way, that mailbox was made by hand by Kevin Murray, our DPW director, on his own time.
Awesome. It's beautiful.
Very-
It really is nice.
So I just want to announce the recreation department has forwarded more than 60 letters to the full to Santa. So that was nice. It was the first year we've done it. So
60,
yeah,
wow.
that was a fun thing. And some of them are very cute letters.
You read them?
And take a peek at a couple. And then the thing is, the director, started got the toys for tots, boxes, there's one down. In police dispatch, which I think is like more than one. We're still collecting toys until Wednesday, so, they've got a lot, but we've never got to.
And they're unwrapped, new unwrapped. Okay.
They're collecting letters until? Is that?
Yeah, Santa.
I think it might be the 18th, but, okay. Good, I'm gonna have my freshly minted 11-year-old drop his letter.
But, okay. So we have our monthly reports. You wanna move them?
I'll move to accept the monthly reports for November 2024.
I'll second.
All in favor?
All right.
Opposed? Okay. Other reports, I think, well, we'll be doing Jackson in executive.
We will.
And, any council liaison reports?
I have a couple additional, obviously, very important, some of my coupon items, the box and Toys for Tots. I also just wanted to mention, we had reviewed some of the fall events and kind of just reflect a little bit about some fall events at the rec committee meeting last Tuesday, I think it was. Winter market starts on January 17th. I did mention that any logistics regarding the parking lot, regarding anything what do you call it, utilities related there. There's gonna be some work there starting in January, just gonna make sure.
Well, right, there's gonna be the water, company is gonna be there. And we may be having roof people there, so.
That's an interest, yeah, that's an additional one I have to reach out to her.
I have a meeting on that this week, so I'll mention on the water, with the water company, so I'll mention that the roof might be in.
Hopefully.
I hope so.
They'll be doing something there, I don't know, but at what point they're actually gonna take the roof off, but he said they had to do a lot of engineering first, so, but I would assume they'd be there during the week.
Let's see, I had a couple other notes. I know 148 signed up for ski team from a grade 6 to 12. Which I think was awesome. I wanted to also, let's see, close to the, also just spoke a little bit about, maybe, in the new year, just having to just examine, any additional changes that need to be made in the pool complex, for some unforeseen circumstances. I know that there were some changes made this past summer in regards to new pumps and also some updates into the bathrooms there, but that's, this time generationally and upcoming, kind of just used to look at that broadly. And let's see here. Nice. And then also we are still waiting on our kind of final report regarding the state of the pool and also the kind of getting into the operations over the summer. Obviously, it was the first year where we did things differently. I look forward to getting that report in the new year, just to see anything from that to just the state of the pool, itself is my understanding, which again, like, just not specific, but just generational, maybe the pool complex be worked out at some point, or maybe specific, we had new pumps that's and let's see here. That's let's see, that's it for tonight. But it was good, and we just, they definitely reflected on, with camp coming back up again in the summer, just some things that they could do differently. So I think that there's,
Yep.
a lot of thought going on, which is awesome.
Anybody else have? Oh, yeah.
So, we do have the company coming in. An evaluation of the pool to see what kind of condition it's in, what kind of work it would need of the upcoming years. And, the rec director is putting together a report on, how the company did.
I guess it's two separate reports, I guess is what you're saying.
Yeah, those are two separate reports, and how much revenue was brought in, how much it cost us last year.
Okay.
And in regard to your question, the mailbox will be on until next meeting. So I think let it be dropped off full time.
All right. Yeah,
I had one, the environmental committee met last Wednesday. Commission, sorry. They talked a little bit about the no-mow areas, so they've identified 5 areas that are currently just being mowed, but that could be used for kind of creating pollinating gardens or sort of just more natural native species. And they're gonna put 5 beehives in those areas to encourage pollination. I think they're coming from this, I forget, it was the high school, yeah, it was high school, the shop, department or something like that. The guy who does the shop there is making these like cool beehives or something, like these little
like bee houses, like for the.
bee houses, yeah.
It's not the one that you manage.
I don't think they're like the honey ones, it's
No, it's
just
just
a place
for
to encourage them, yeah.
And this is public land?
This is, yes, so it's areas that the town currently maintains, so I assume it's public, all public.
I think we need to approve that. Maybe.
Cause I asked and identifying space, but I don't think.
I think they did work with them.
Did they? 'Cause
Pretty sure, yeah, I thought, that was sort of my assumption. But if they were, I think that's who they talked about, getting the map of where they currently mow and don't.
Yeah, let's just check with Kevin, make sure he's okay with it. I mean, it's great, it would save us money on mowing or anything.
That was the idea.
As long as it's, attractive.
We have one at the end of my street, I think it's, could put that in, like the garden club or something like that, it's a butterfly on end of Ambar, corner of Ambar and Washington.
Oh, really?
There's a, just like weird area that was nothing. And it sort of looks just like a densely vegetated area now, but it's supposed to be a butterfly, it attracts butterflies, it's got whatever plants the garden club planted, it's supposed to bring in butterflies.
There's, was it on mine now? Somebody on mine did their front, half of their front has kind of wildflowers and they say it's really lovely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They do it at Kiwanis, it just looks like a bunch of leaves. I guess they bring butterflies.
So, yeah, I mean,
And sometimes the air they look nice and sometimes they, flower. Really pretty.
Yeah, people can, eat it a little bit, especially in the
I
years.
think the idea is that it doesn't, like, it's gonna grow, because these are all like native species that,
Right.
are gonna flourish. So, the adopt drain program, so it's coming this spring. The target date for that. I know, Tom on the committee is pushing the C-PACE program, he was trying to set up a meeting with you at some point, Nancy. I still don't quite understand it, which is why we need a meeting, because it has something to do with. Businesses can use this opportunity to get low interest financing to put in environmentally friendly capital improvements. But somehow the town's involved, I'm like, well, you gotta explain that, because it's like money's gotta be coming from somewhere.
yeah,
So, doesn't suppose it doesn't cost the town anything, but somehow the town is involved, so you gotta, bring them in, whoever runs the C-PACE program. Explain it to Nancy and then explain it to us. What we're doing with it.
Understanding the town's money out and then it started. So I suggested initially. Maybe, maybe now, it sounds like the finance.
if we have to put the money up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, finance, I remember Jack and I looked at it. I think that what happens is. Then. Assesses it as a, how you can get a special assessment if.
If you do improvements, yeah.
Right, so. That, so I think you loan the money to the person and then get it back in payments.
I don't think the borough loans the money, it's like the borough is like a vehicle. For whoever's lending the money to, like, it's almost like a guarantee or something like that, like they get paid. Like maybe through the increased tax assessment or something like that, so.
Yeah, I think we definitely need to get more information.
Yeah.
It's just.
Do we do, I know that our programs, like, a 5-year. Where you don't raise their, like, if they do improvements, you don't assess them for 5 years in order to encourage people to do improvements. Do we ever do that?
And we had a rehab program. Before.
But I mean, for businesses.
The businesses, well, we did have special assessments, it's actually a different mechanism too, for sidewalks down here with the borough.
Yeah, I remember that. I know. I'm just wondering, because I was reading about it in some other town where you can, if a business is doing some kind of major renovation. In order to encourage them to do improvements, they get a 5-year stay. Kind of, you don't assess them on the improvements for 5 years, so their taxes stay the same for 5 years and then go back to. No. Okay.
These every month about the Highlands ordinance. It's called, like, we were targeting the end of the year, that's obviously not gonna happen, but I keep telling them every month that we're working on it diligently and that it's in the planner's hands and she's doing whatever exhibits and information is required to go into that ordinance. So,
Actually, I think I said in my last month's report that there was some kind of approval, because we had to designate the, down, what do they call it, the center? And we met with them to go over that, and now they have to approve it. The Highlands
okay,
Council
we
has
got this out.
approved the center, which they thought they would be doing January, February, and then March was gonna be public outreach on the whole thing. Am I correct? I think that's what our meeting was about.
Yeah, then just got
Well,
right started. They said that they gave back a draft consistency review and recommendations report. For the center designation. And so you all need to review it. And approve it, and then it'll be posted on the Highlands website for a 30-day public comment period. But they said the comment period had to be the first week of January to make the February 19th meeting. So since this is our last meeting and you can't review it at the reorg, said that we were asking and they could just push it to March. This just happened like half hour.
yeah, well, we were really talking about, I think they had said approval January, February, public piece in March.
So then I think it's now be pushed.
Okay, so now we just have to get a copy.
Yeah.
Recommend to that, just for comment, I guess, that we send to the environmental. As well, so they can see it, see there's activity going on there, if they've got any thoughts, I mean, that's kind of what they're there for, to kind of weigh in or give recommendations. Maybe it's there's nothing to really comment on, but we've got the time. Michael sent.
Yeah.
For
They can look at certainly. It's. Yeah, I mean, the final say is the Highlands
right,
Committee.
so whatever we're reviewing, I will have them review it, see if they, see something that we don't. Or any record, improvements or something, so.
I think they'll like it.
Oh, they definitely want it to move forward,
Yeah,
so.
I think they'll be happy
But
with
I
it,
also think it's important to sort of keep them in the loop and involved in it.
because it is very, I mean, I have just seen the first draft Jessica did, and it's really about the center designation is kind of carving out the downtown, which pretty much then you can do what you want pretty much down there, but then it's hands off.
I assume this is sort of follows the zoning district for the downtown core.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much most of it. Yeah. And that they would not interfere with, but if you tried to put a big, construction project up on the mountain, they would have a problem.
And that was, I think I made a comment a few months ago that I would like to understand at some point a little better, like how does that being in the silent preservation, how does that impact our affordable housing operations going forward? Does that make it better, worse, or very different? So just wanna understand that.
It does, it will help probably for the fifth round, if we ever get it.
That's what I mean,
And
like,
they
Yeah.
change the rule for every round too, so you know.
it's true.
Yeah.
I
And
think it can't hurt.
no,
It would have any-
It will quickly.
it would have helped us with the fourth, we already been in. And they changed the rule on that because we had already applied and through the first two steps and they think that, oh, no, you have to have been done with it 2 years ago. They changed the rule.
Right.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
So maybe for the fifth one, if there is, then you're.
Yeah, there will.
Okay, anybody else have community or liaisons? No, we have, library tomorrow, unfortunately. Can I share the capital report with the council? I thought that was.
Oh, sure, yes.
Okay.
It's pretty much the same as before, but we have to say it was done for
Yeah,
two.
some of those stuff, so we kind of see the progress of what you've done and where you're going. Cause I just looked at it and thought, hey, this is pretty good, I should share it. Okay. I don't think there are any other, let's see. Do we have well, we had a last minute email from Bob Brayman. But it was a little late to share, so. And there was something else.
Sorry, that's the only one.
Oh,
Just confirming that we got our resolution proposing that is bill, that we did at the last.
that was the one about the nonprofits and.
Yeah, exactly. It was just confirming that you got it.
Okay, good. All right. Any unfinished business?
We don't go on our unfinished business or new business, but your note about the, business improvement district, maybe talk, kind of reconsidering that at some point. I think it was a good idea, so I suggest that maybe like in the beginning of the year. That's very informally, but put that on the agenda to discuss.
Okay, yeah, and I think it's you, Ross and Charlie as well, because you weren't here when we went through the first round of it, so. All right, now we have the last open session, so anyone in the public would like to, or Al, you want to say anything?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, Brenda, I'm sorry, I was looking.
I
at
forgot
the
two
screen.
things actually. Yeah, your choice for telephone, but I just want to say that the holiday book drive wrapped up. And they collected almost 500, I think it's 496 books,
Wow.
which is 124 more than last year.
Wow,
And a lot of that was in thanks to our local business, the Bookworm, that she put a collection box in her store right there for us. So when people were buying for their gifts for the holidays, they were able to just directly do that. And I think I shared a bunch of statistics with you at the last meeting 2 weeks ago of how business is booming. And we applied for a grant for an elementary STEM program from the Museum of Science in Boston, and we got that. So
wow,
we'll start that probably in February or March. Where
we'll be heading that up, we'll be doing it.
I'll be doing it. I used to be a STEM teacher, so like that's we're gonna get it. They provide programming and supplies of all materials to the programming, and they have us a smooch.
Great,
That's
congrats. Thanks, you. Anyone else? No, nobody? All right, I will close the public hearing. I need a motion to go into adjourn to an executive session, and we will be coming back out. We will not. I got excited.
Yeah, me too.
Okay,
To during the executive session. Second.
all in favor?
Bye.
All right. Opposed? No, okay. Okay, all right.
If someone's clearing out someone's house or something, we ask not to bring more than a like big shopping bag, or is it?
No, just my kids, like, have tons at the end up and so I'm really good.
Yeah, no.